Hey guys, first fan of the night,
First fan of the night.
and I'm here with Andy, and we had a fun road trip yesterday where we picked up a few originals, and this was the first from the batch. This is a low-profile original. Does it have a tag on it that says the model number? I don't really know the model number of
It
these.
does, and I took a picture of it, but I couldn't read it. So.
Okay, well if you took the picture of it, then that's fine. Just send it to me before the video goes up, and I'll put it in the title. Um, yeah. So these are not my favorite original variation, but they're cool because they're different and they're useful. Because you can hang these places with low ceilings. Obviously, that's what they're designed for. And it's just a different, take on an original. Anything you want to say before we start the test?
It's pretty cool. I like originals, and I like oddball originals, and this certainly checks that box.
Yeah. I would love to find a place to hang one of these. I don't know where. I don't know what all finishes they came in either, because I've seen them in finishes that weren't in the catalogs. The catalogs, they were basically like, I think, polished brass and white, maybe. Just the basic finishes. But I've seen one in chrome before, which I have not seen in the catalog. So I don't know if they had a brown one. Yeah, I just don't know what all the finishes are. Chrome one would look good in Nia's room. I have to put white blades on it, which I wouldn't like, but she would. Brown one might work in my rec room. Not rec room, music room. But, you know what would have been, where if I could have had two of these, where that'd be good is in my parents' rec room. Be a good place. But I got that Lasco there. Okay. See how it runs.
Well,
And
there we go.
this one, the oil grooves seem to be a little clogged, but it doesn't seem to be dirty. In other words, the oil isn't making it all the way down into the oil cup from the top, but what is making it in there is not filthy. So, it just needs to have some WD-40 sit in it and clean out those grooves and then be, dumped out and refilled with the proper oil, and it should, I don't know that it'll affect performance.
Around 0.3 amps, 34.8 watts, power factor 0.93, 0.92.
Okay, yeah. I've always said that I always thought that the permanent split capacitor 4-blade originals were the best performers, but Brian pointed out in our workbench video, you can interrupt me when you have the reading.
That's not right.
Rick says that he now just holds it down until he gets a number that's stable, and he doesn't try to get 3 readings like he used to. It might be a little easier if you tilt it towards the blades a little bit. And he gets as close to the blades as possible and then angles it to try to match the pitch of the blade.
Right around 220, let's say.
Okay, so that's right around 50, 55. Seems about right. That's a good low. Yeah, I was going to say that I thought that these were the best performing originals, but Brian pointed out that 4-5 ones from the 90s actually go faster on high. So, he may be right about that, but I still like these. Because they're silent, the range of speeds is good, and you can't kill them. Have you ever seen a dead PCS original?
Not really, only if the capacitor dies, in which case you just replace it.
Yeah, some of them are hard to replace if the capacitor is in the castings. The ones with the capacitor and the switch housing are easier.
Yeah. My dad and I took apart the one we got. It's a 1999 that has the capacitor in the housing, and we took it all the way apart and put it back together, no problem.
Gotcha.
Right, 0.63 amps on medium, 73.7 watts.
Yeah, high power
factor
factor.
0.96. Okay.
So then the one you have is the one that Brian says is actually the best of the entire run of originals. That's the era that he likes.
Yeah, I remember hearing that in your.
Yeah, it surprised me a little. I thought people swear by the R&M ones because
Okay.
they think that more current equals more power. But
590.
okay, so we're right around 150 there. 148.
Take off.
Yeah.
0.96 amps. Where are these rated at? 1
1 amp.
Yeah. watts. Well, power factor, we'll call it 0.99.
This is completely unrelated, but somebody just sent me a Facebook group called All Orange Cats Share One Brain Cell.
Right around 795.
Okay, so just I forgot to bet.
Eh.
So we always bet as to whether or not, or we don't always bet because I always forget, as to whether or not it's at, below, or above 200. And 795, I think that still makes it into the 200 range. I'm going to do the math. Yes, that is within the 200 range. So this would be at. Okay, well, let's do spin down. It's interesting. So the question is, I guess, most 52-inch fans that are not like horrible all seem to be, the vast majority are are right around 200 RPM. So really the question is, how much deviation is there in airflow if everything is 200 RPM? It's really down to the blade pitch then, I guess, and the width of the blade. But again, that's also the kind of thing where if you get too steep or too wide, then it's
Start to drag it down.
yeah. So without giving anything away, is this your favorite of the originals that we picked up, or is this?
Yes, yeah, I think it is. Certainly the most unique.
Yeah. It's not for me because the other original that we picked up, or originals, is my second favorite type of originals. Period. And so, I got my first favorite. Yeah, that stopped a little short, so that still needs some cleaning from the bearings and oil reservoir and stuff like that. It is not sufficient yet.
Lower reverse 0.31. 34.78-ish watts. Power factor is 0.92.
How many C's does zucchini have? I guess it's two.
Alright, medium reverse 0.64 amps. 74.2 watts. Okay, power factor is 0.96. And high reverse 0.96 amps. I think that's the same as in the downdraft. 115 watts.
Yep.
Power factor of 1.
It was what, 796?
Yeah, right around 795. Okay, this is reading right around 760.
Oh, significantly slower. I always find that interesting. Yeah, well, I guess it's not significantly slower. It makes it down to 190. So it's 8 RPM slower, but still, it's a noticeable decrease. My memory is that PCS originals tend to start pretty low on ye old test rig, with a rig with an E at the end, or maybe 2 G's and an E.
Nice.
Yeah, you go first, and then I'll.
Alright, I'll say 3.
Those bearings are still a little stiff, so I'll say 4. Otherwise, I would have said 2.
Alright, here we go. 2.
Ah. Andy's getting pretty adept at test rig predicting. Although it helps that probably 80% of the fans we test are all in a similar range.
Yeah. Alright, yep, that's going to keep going. Alright, 4. Point 2. Actually, I'm going to go back down to 3. Alright, point 0.15. Okay. 5.25. 6.3 seems to be 0.05 of an amp per microfarad. They're close. 0.34 with 7, 8, 0.38. Okay, so now 4. Oh, okay, 0.39. 9, 0.43, and 10. 12.49, 14.56, 16.62, 18.67, and 20.71. 2.75.
I wonder what this wall control is. Do me a favor, or I'm gonna move closer. Hand me the capacitor tester out of there. Let's see what values this control that came with it used. Should be in there, and it looks kind of like a meter. I mean, it looks exactly like a meter because it is a meter, but
This one?
yeah. I'm gonna test this while we're here. They made a control for shaded pole originals that was designed to be used on low and then force a resonant frequency to get it to high, and I still don't know how that's safe, but apparently it is.
Okay, I'll go up to 24.78, 26, 8, 28, 82, 34.86, so we're just staying in that range. Maxed out at 40, and we're still not even to high speed current draw. The high switch jumps up to 0.96, yep. Okay.
Is this just a 3-speed control? It appears to be 10, 15, and then high. I guess just a 3-speed control. I was expecting a 4. Yeah, interesting. I would have thought it would be, here, I'll toss this in the, back in the toolbox there. What, okay, solid state's next?
Yep.
Okay. I don't really remember how these do. I don't remember them being crazy loud, though. I always try to, since just because you haven't done as many, I try to give you hints so we're on even playing field. That's all I remember, though, honestly.
Yeah, we have to guess on this one. I'm going to say bedroom quiet.
Okay. I'm gonna pick a shot in the dark and say silent. I don't know if that's true. I think you're probably right, but let's give it a try.
There it goes. 3.
I don't hear anything. Oh, I hear a little something. So, but I think you won.
Oh yeah, it's starting to tad bit of a.
If it doesn't get any quieter than that, I'd be comfortable calling it silent or borderline between silent and bedroom quiet because it's really.
Yeah, you have to listen for it. I mean, in a dead silent room, you'd probably be able to tell it, but it's.
Yeah.
I don't think it's enough to bother you if you're trying
No, not at
to
all.
go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm calling it low end of bedroom quiet.
Okay, yeah, there's definitely a little.
Okay.
Generally, like if I'm standing right below it and the motor hum is no louder than the airflow, then I think bedroom quiet is a fair assessment.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 0 to high is all that's left.
Yeah.
What do you think it's gonna do?
I mean, I'm not all the way up on the solid state yet.
Yeah. Usually it doesn't get any louder once you get past like a solid medium.
Medium usually tends to be where it's the loudest.
Yes.
Okay, and let's see, 0.96. We actually do match our high-speed current drop.
Nice. One day I will learn why some fans are significantly slower on high with the solid state on max and some fans match it. I don't know what the difference is. I'm sure it's something to do with the way the motor is wound. So do you think it's going to have how much of an inrush?
I'm going to say small inrush.
Okay, I'll say big. I really don't remember. I have no memory at all.
Okay, I think our target is 0.96. Here we go.
Oh yeah,
Big.
it's a big inrush. I thought it was going to be small, to be honest, so... Okay, well, as always, this video has a sponsor. That sponsor is FanStick. Also, I'd like to introduce our new sponsor. Who's our new sponsor, Andy?
That sponsor is Taco Burrito Mexico of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Taco Burrito Mexico. And we'll see how long they remain our sponsor. But our permanent sponsor, of course, is FanStick. Please remember to...
Buy FanStick.
Taco Burrito Mexico.
Say Taco Burrito Mexico again.
Taco